You good?
Yeah.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH,
SHAM, YAHAWASHI, SHAM, Kodash.
the born city elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole effect of Israel. And almost home, this title is going to be prepared for man's judgment.
Okay.
Right? And pretty much gonna have to grow some thick skin. The time we're coming into, because when it concerns judgment, the Lord is no respecter of persons. Right? So He's not all that no man's appearance. He don't care if you find. He don't care if it's your mother, your father, your brother, your uncle. When it comes to judgment, the Lord don't see men as we see men. So when He starts judging, this planet Earth, which He's getting ready to do in a mass number, because judgment happens every day. But as far as the judgment that's going to happen upon the planet Earth in these times, it's going to be like none ever seen before. Right? Very short amount of time, a lot of people are going to die very grievous and sore deaths, because, like the saying goes, it's all fun to sow and loose to deny. Right? And you people are getting ready to lose your lives because you didn't take heed unto the promise of the Lord. Right? So you can probably go ahead and start in Psalms 9 or wherever you have.
Damn, I'm gonna get this real quick for you. Said Psalms 9?
Yeah.
Alright.
Probably start at probably start up at like 13. Probably roll into it a little bit.
Alright.
Whatever you have, of course.
Alright, come with me. I'm looking for it. But I can't find it. But alright, yeah, let me get this.
It'll come.
Yeah, Psalms 9, right?
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 9, and you said verse 13.
Yeah, start at verse 13.
Alright, Spirit. Psalms chapter 9 and verse 13, it reads, "Have mercy upon me, O YAHAWASHI. Consider my trouble, which I suffer of them that hate me."
Yep, and we're getting ready to suffer great persecutions. We're going to get ready to be thrown into a very low state because of the people that hate us. All right, and ultimately, they don't hate us, they hate YAHAWASHI. Right? We're going to make it mandatory. You got to take this max, and ultimately, the prophecy is that it's the devil that make it mandatory. You have to take this chip, which is the mark of the beast. So all this trouble is happening because the devil is being a devil.
That's heavy that you said that, because it's going to be real quick. Matthew 10 and 36, "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." So like the brother said, you're going to see the true decision making of your own loved ones, man. Okay, those that you consider probably your mother, your father, your brother, who's closer to you, it's going to be your biggest enemy in that day. They're going to be like, "Why you ain't got the chip? Why you ain't got this? Why you ain't doing that?" Why are you not complying with the government, man? And the brother put that beautiful precept, 2nd Ezra. I'll grab it real quick. What was it, bro? 2nd Ezra 5.
Yeah, start with verse 1.
Yeah, Bible shot through the Spirit. Okay, because the land of Israel, all right, which is a people for us a place, there's no faith. That's why the scriptures say, let the incredulity of them not trouble thee, man. Yashoma did a video on that, pretty much going into, all right, how incredulity will rise, man. Once this vaccination and the chip is made mandatory, you're going to see a lot of people that you thought were down for the truth or down for YAHAWASHI. They're going to start questioning themselves, because the whole time they were not established off of a rock solid foundation in faith. You see, 2nd Ezra
5. Yeah,
kind of. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 5. He said,
verse 1, verse 2. Right.
This is 2nd Ezra, all right, chapter 5 and verse 1, and it reads, "Nevertheless, as coming, that's it. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come," and it's coming. It says that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
The way of truth is going into the Lord's men to have the truth. They're going to be hid. They're not going to be trying to find you. When all hell breaking loose, you can try to find us, because the whole time we've been out here freely because of the liberty the Lord gave us through His grace to raise us up. Going into our elders and apostles first, right, and then for us to, in a same like manner, becoming teachers to bring our people back to repentance. But again, you mocked us, made fun of us, took this thing as a joke. Until it was too late. And the Lord's going to hide us to where you can't find us no more. We don't know where, but the secret place of the Lord, wherever that's at, ultimately be those chariots. We're not going to be out here in the highways and byways no more. And you probably get Deuteronomy. It says, children of whom no faith. I forgot what that said. I should see how what their end shall be.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's going to take for you people to start realizing how serious this truth has been.
Right.
There's going to have to be great judgments.
Right. And that the Lord was dealing with man on the planet Earth to get to you. So it's going to take that judgment that's going to have to be bestowed out here for you to know that, damn, the Lord, YAHAWASHI was not playing when he's sending a man out here, man. That's the significance of the Lord putting us out there, man. You know, the scripture say, by the foolishness of preaching, you know, to save those that believe, man. And what YAHAWASHI said in St. John 17 said, those that believe on me through their word. You know, so it's just boiling down to the faith of, do you believe that what we're saying is the words of YAHAWASHI, or you don't, man? And that's going to be a decision that you're going to have to make when it's mandatory RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, is made present to you, man.
Because through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, we did our job. You know, we're out here making our body living sacrifice. Every single day we put our life on the line to bring this truth out. You know, so when all this stuff starts coming to pass, you know, going into expectations that we're going to be delivered, you know, and you're going to get a lot of bandwagoners, you know, trying to, you know, get on the good side of the prophets, even this devil. You know, it says that they shall seek to please the poor, right? Try to give us favors and handouts. You can't deceive the elect. You know, we already received the victory. You know, but going into the great magnitude of the freaking worst case scenario you people are involved in, you know, you don't really get the magnitude of it ultimately until it's going to be too late. You know.
Right. Deuteronomy, oh, here it is, Deuteronomy 32 and 20. Spirit, what else? I'm sorry. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 20, it says, and he said, and I'll jump down to it. Deuteronomy 32 and 20, it says, and he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a forward generation, children in whom is no faith.
Yep. And that's unfortunate. That's the majority of our people. You know, so the land shall be barren of faith. You know, our people don't believe in YAHAWASHI. They've been completely turned away and given over unto Satan. They're going to go into the sober white man, cry unto him because they love their life in this world, right? They don't seek after YAHAWASHI because it says in the book of John, it says they hate the light. You know, they don't want to come into the light because they'll be reproved. They don't want to turn away from transgression. They love being evil. They love eating pork and eating bacon sandwiches. They want to be demons. So I should see what the end shall be. Where's the end of the wicked destruction? You know, so those hands on the hand, you know, they're all going to be punished.
Right. And that's why the Heavenly Father is greatly upset, because Isaiah the 60th chapter says, it gross darkness upon the people. Gross darkness covered the planet Earth. So the Lord is looking down from heaven, seeing if there are any that is seeking righteousness, man. You know, and that's why in Jeremiah the 9th chapter says he looked into the man who's broken of a contrite spirit. You see, who's humble, man. You see, that's who the Lord is looking at, those that actually fear and understand and knoweth him. You know, not of wisdom and of might and riches, but of understanding and knowing YAHAWASHI in the land of great confusion, man. Babylon the Great, you know. Just to back the brother up. Deuteronomy 32, I'm going to jump down to what you know, another thing you wanted. 32 and verse 36, it says, for the Lord shall judge his people and repent himself for his servants when he seeth that their power is gone, and there is none shut up or left. And he shall say, where is their gods, their rock in whom they trusted? Yep,
and that's going into, we can really go into Deuteronomy 30:7 about the curses hopping off of us, hopping on our enemies, and then they hit us. Because these, you know, going into our people, 2/3 of them, which are not our people right now, they're going to the strength of Pharaoh.
Right.
They're trusting in Egypt.
Right.
So their strength, you know, they're going to be trusting in this world, and it's going to be crumbling. It's going to be destroyed. So we're going to be like, where's your God at? You know, who is this who you trusted in, you called upon, which you said was going to deliver you in these times? Taking the max, and now you weigh in the worst case scenario before you took it. Yeah. How much more of that chip? You know,
and you're gonna, and the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be on us to actually feel that separation between us and you. You know, from you taking it, there's gonna be a certain spirit on you, Jake's out here, man. You know, that's why the scripture we just read, the scripture say, a man's force shall be of his household, man. Some of them shall give you up in Matthew 24. Like, we're gonna actually see, you're gonna actually see that majority of our family, they trust in the flesh. Cursed be the man that trusts that man and make it flesh his arms, man. So, you know, the Lord is going to actually have this thing play out to, you're going to see right before we get beamed up, Los Well man, you're going to see the same people who said they love you, all right, you know, take the chip and ultimately be a nuclear missile food, man.
And that's the bitter of the truth that nobody wants to talk about.
Right.
You know, this is the sad part of this story right now of our people. The 2/3 legacy is going to be here being destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, giving us problems and hell, you know, because you think about, you know, House of David, was always crying unto the Lord. See, of course, King David, the king, cried unto the Lord. And when he was crying, he was really crying against damn demons of his people.
Yeah. Let their table become a snare upon him.
Yeah, because the most hell David caught was from his own people. And that's the same thing we're gonna feel very, very soon. It's gonna be just amplified because it's gonna be trouble. Love of many waxing cold, so when we cry unto the Lord, we say, destroy the wicked, get them out the way. Some of those people are gonna be our own family members, so to say. So you have to get into the reality of what we're involved in right now. That's why the only family you have is those that are in this truth.
That's right. That's right.
But go ahead.
Psalms 9 and continuing on, verse 13 again.
Yeah, you can just run through it. Matter of fact, go back to that segment 5. Yeah,
right.
Read on down a little bit.
All right, I got you.
What was that at verse 2?
Got you.
And then go back to that song. You had another one on the WhatsApp. The song.
Yeah, I got you. Second Ezra chapter 5 and First Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse go to 2.
Yeah.
All right. Second Ezra 5 and 2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
Yep. So it's going to be a snowball effect of wickedness, especially when the prophets are not seen no more. You have no one to reprove you. No more seers of visions, all right? No more understanders of the knowledge of YAHAWASHI and SHAM.
When there's no vision,
the people perish, So that's what's really going to happen. When the Lord takes off the corners, it's just going to be pretty much a whirlwind of destruction, confusion, people just bugging out, losing their mind, and that's when this devil is really going to get a hand on you people. That's at Revelation 12 and 12, So shit's just going to get progressively worse, and you have to mentally, to the best of our ability, be prepared for that. Be ready to depart. Always be ready for at the snap of a finger for our pretty much our condition to be changed.
Right.
No more calling on the lights and doing lessons and things like that. We're gonna be on the move.
Right.
We're gonna be in the wilderness just like
any day, man. That's right, bro. That's any day. In the Lord's will, it can be this year. The way things is moving, the way the prophecies is unfolding. Yeah. Esau Edom has me and a brother. We were. And my other brother Kanal was pretty much talking about this man has black holes, man. Pretty much even Project CERN. Going into opening up certain portals, man. All right, so this man, and that's way out, man. So how much more things on a carnal level of things that you can actually see? This man has things that you Jakes is not ready for, man.
And that's the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord is allowing this devil to open up these demon portals because these are those spirits of vengeance that's going to be out here. That Bird Box movie, nigga turned the 5G on and everybody started losing their damn mind. And now you look up, every corner down, the block, you got bird boxes.
Right. Right.
And that's those spirits that the Lord's going to have out here because this is what he's going to do to you people. Because this is what you called on wickedness. So this is going to be your recompense.
Right. That's right. Second Ezra 5 is beautiful. Second Ezra 5 and 2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. In the land that thou seest now to have root, shall thou see wasted suddenly.
Yep, and that's going into the judgment of the Lord. It says in Revelation 18, chapter 1, our place is going to be done away with. The Lord was long suffering for a long time, hundreds of years. Even going back to the Greek freaks, the Romans, that's thousands of years of history. This devil's been doing this treachery, never been judged for it, So this judgment's going to come, it's going to be so quick. And that's what we're waiting for. The day the Lord's going to come as a thief in the night, The only people who practicing righteousness to the best of their ability is us. If you could say, if one for the elect's sake, no flesh should be saved. Right? So this whole setup would have been done away with if it wasn't for men like me and this brother throughout the 4 corners of the earth, going on to elders and apostles on down, the Lord put the Spirit on to wake up in these last days. But this is the same people you laugh at, spit at, whatever. You love this world so much. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be able to enjoy these things. Right. And that's why it goes into the turning of the tables. How the Lord's gonna lift us up, man, and we're gonna get the honor, the spirit power YAHAWASHI we deserve, But that was
this is Psalms 9 in verse 14. Yeah. Psalms 9 and 14, that I may show forth all thy praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. Yeah. I'll rejoice in thy salvation.
Yep, so that's really what our mindset is on. It's getting out of here. These people are going to think and do what they do. But in Revelation, let the filthy be filthy still. We're not supposed to be casting our pearls before swine, because remember, these people are getting worse. If it was hard to convert them to the truth 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago, a month or 2 months, 3 months from now, it's gonna be even harder.
It said barren of faith.
Barren, that means completely empty. That's why YAHAWASHI said, "Shall I find faith on earth?" And He knows that there's gonna be faith on earth. It's gonna be with elect, but those are that few. We're gonna be really a few, a small sanctuary, a remnant.
Isaiah 9, it says, "Unless the Lord left us a very small remnant, we should have been like Sodom, we should have been like Gomorrah."
And that's the reality. People you went into school with or grew up with, they're most likely going to be gone. They'll come up, be it your children or your cousins or whatever. But in this time, they're not promised to be delivered because they never got converted. Their hearts were hardened, they waxed worse, and the Lord ultimately blinded them. So really, it's really coming to the point like how blessed we really are. The Lord could have did anything with us, but He allowed us the chance to receive salvation. These people don't even have a chance because it's sealed. Their fate is to be destroyed. Whatever they did to deserve it, don't think the Lord's not justified. The Lord can do what He wants to do, but if He wanted to break it down to you, why these people going to die, you'll find out, and you're going to see, because they're going to fold and take that chip. Majority of them.
And there's curses too that was put on them. Prayers.
By
King
us.
David,
There you go.
King David put up prayers. Moses, certain men of the Lord put up prayers. YAHAWASHI, man. Their blood is required. Okay, his blood is on their hands, man. You see, so that's why He said. What did they say? What did our people say? They said, "Crucify Him and let His blood be upon our children." So that's a curse. So that's why Isaiah said, "Lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears," man. The Lord have poured upon them the spirit of deep sleep. So the Lord has answered our prayers all the way up until them taking that chip. You see? So we can't sit here and dwell on how the unrighteous shall be destroyed, but how the righteous gonna make it, man. See? Psalms 9 in verse 15, "The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid, in their own foot taken."
Because this devil, shooting at us secretly. Who knows what he got going on behind the scenes as far as watching us and observing us and having plots to assassinate us or whatever. He did it to all much people back then. How much for us? They didn't have the truth back then. He did it to MLK, Malcolm X, whatever type of person to uplift our people. He killed them. He did things like butt break and stuff like that to make sure a leader didn't raise up out of our people.
And that was all the time, though. That had to happen. But now we're coming into the time where that judgment is getting ready to happen. Ain't no butt breaking going on in these days. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're not getting away scot-free this time, bro. You're not finna be able to bribe the elect.
But that's how the Lord set it up, because He wants him to be extremely proud, and haughty and puffed up. So when the Lord comes and like I said, the Psalm 50th chapter, He's going to reprove him. That judgment is going to be that much more greater, because the devil really thinks he's fully convinced that he can overcome prophecy. And that's why it says in Ecclesiastes 8 chapter, it says, "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily." You do these evil things and you get away with it. So what do you think in this time? He's thinking right now against us. You guys ain't nothing. I took down the Native Americans. I took down Judah. I took down you before. I'm gonna do it all over again. But this time the Lord's gonna intervene and make a way for us to escape, and that's what we're requiring the Lord to do, man. Get this hell out of here. But it's not good.
No, you good, bro. Verse 16, "The Lord YAHAWASHI is known by the judgments which He executed."
Because you go into in the ancient times, the heathen nations, they didn't know Yahweh. They knew Him as Al-Shaddai. It says, "By Yahweh have they not known me." They knew me as a demon-like power. A demon-like power. All manner of evil things you can think of, the Lord did to them. To what? To show that He lives, that He is the only living power, right? And He's going to do this all over again, because people been asleep on the Lord. They think the Lord just gave up on Israel. He just disappeared, right? He fell asleep or something. But the Lord, the whole time, we're watching like, I see you niggas down here, but I'm waiting for that time to send my son.
Because he's bound by His word. The Lord can easily snap His finger and send the angels that break. No, the Lord ain't finna break His word, man. Scripture say His name is above His word is above His name. Meaning what? His name and His word is up there, man. You're gonna know that he that powerful by Him being bound by His word. Like, He can't break His word, man.
He literally playing chess with Himself. He said, "Because I could soar by no higher, soar by myself." That's the power we deal with. The Lord is cold, man. And what is it to take your life? These people have this illusion that I have a free choice. I can do my own will, right? But just like that, you say these things because you have liberty. You can act like a demon and be a dickhead around here in the world because you have liberty. This devil allowed you to do so, but you don't realize that this devil works for the Lord.
Right.
So when the Lord comes, when someone higher comes than the same nigga you worship, that he works for, you know, you're going to be looking stupid.
Right, and that's why Job 12, it says the deceive and the deceiver is his, man. So every idle word, every movement, everything, that even us doing this video, this is all YAHAWASHI on the right-hand side, man. You know, so nobody has, there is no such thing as a free will. If you got up today and you played 2K all day, or you whatever the hell you was doing out there in the world, you committed, look, it was all set up for the judgment that's coming down the pipe, man. Whether you're gonna wake up and repent, or whether you're gonna be asleep until you get destroyed, man. There's no other way. There is no free will. YAHAWASHI is coming to bring a mass judgment, man. So prepare for these things, man. You see, and conduct yourself in a certain manner to where when that judgment do come, you obligated of being saved from it, man. Saved from the destruction, you know, because you rehearse those righteous acts that your forefathers did, man. You see, in faith. Yeah, go back to it. Psalms 9 in verse.
Let's read it again.
15.
Oh wait, no, you said
16. Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord, this icing on the cake. The Lord YAHAWASHI is known by the judgment which He executed.
Yeah, and that judgment is going to be mass destruction. You know, ultimate thermonuclear missiles. And even if you get that far, you know, famine, plagues, pestilence. All right, you scared of. I can't even say it on the video, but the thing, you know, how much more when these things that this devil can't control start happening. When these plagues in Egypt, you know, firstborn dying, you know, blood rivers of water, you know, it's all type of stuff, you know, locusts, you know, what are you going to do then, you know? But again, this is all just setting up to that. A lot of people on this earth just don't got it, you know, and that's why going into the precious gift we have, which is the truth, that's the only thing that matters, you know. It's not good.
Good. The wicked is snared in the works of his own hands.
Yep. So you're doing all this playing around, this and that. Oh, look at me, and you got a whole trap on your ankle. You know, you're snared up. You're stuck, and you're set up to be destroyed. You know, and that's the harsh reality, that pill of reality you have to swallow when all hell starts breaking loose. You know, martial law, things like that, which we've been telling you about, which you laughed at. Not never in my time. And guess what? It's gonna be in your time. And what you gonna do? You know, we know through the spirit that this punch is coming. This devil's gonna come with great wrath. All right. We don't know when. We don't know how it's gonna play out. But we know it's coming. So we're already ahead of the game because we have the vision. And also we're not defenseless. The Lord's gonna defend us. But for you that chose to do what you wanted to do, whatever, but ultimately it's the Lord set you up to lose, right? You're gonna be destroyed. You know.
Verse 17: the wicked shall be turned into hell. And all nations that forget the Most High.
Yep. So hell is a condition, right? And it says all those that forget the Most High. You people say I fear God, this and that. You don't fear God. You don't even know His name, right? Because if you did, you wouldn't conduct yourself how you conduct yourself. You know, going to a lot of lip service. You know, oh God, oh this, and you calling Jesus and this and that. That man's not gonna save you because that's a demon. Yep. You know, you praying onto a demon. You know, you gonna get laughed at. You know, ain't nobody gonna feel pity for you. Gonna feel sorry for you. And again, this is, you know, we say hate speech, whatever. This is just reality, and people don't want to deal with reality, you know, and that's fine because the Lord's gonna make you do it, going to swallowing that wrath, you know, that you don't have to drink.
Yeah, and it said, "Wring the dregs thereof," too. So even to the last bit of drop, to where when you know how you getting something out of it, you know, you're trying to get it dry out, every drop to the last drop. You devils, starting with your so-called white people, you Edomites, all right. And on to all the other nations that forget the Most High. Psalms 83. Guess what? You're going to be rewarded with being in captivity for under the so-called Negroes, Latino, African Indians, man. Okay, that's going to be the end all be all for you nations, man. You see, because the Most High said, "What? In my wrath have I smote thee, but in my favor will I have mercy on you, man." All right, and that mercy is going to be what? Bestowing us to be those sons of God again, man. All right, releasing us from these chains of darkness, because this was a prison sentence being in the flesh. All right, and then putting us into that heavenly tabernacle, man. And that's what you nations are afraid of, man. Us being 100% righteous. Well, it's already promised. Continue on.
Yeah, probably be going down.
All right, verse 17. It said, "The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget the Most High. For the needy shall not always be forgotten."
Yep.
the expectation of the poor shall not perish forever.
Yep, because our expectation is to get the hell out of here.
Yep.
Right, the Lord to fix all this madness, us to be changed, ultimately for His word to be fulfilled. Right, and the expectation is going to be fulfilled, and that's what we're waiting for. We're suffering. Right, here's the faith and the patience of the saints. Right, so it's not cool now, to wait on the Lord and fall out to righteousness. Why? Because there's wicked roads going on. It's really, it's because your mind's eye has been open. If you're a spiritual man, this world is not appealing to you. You blend in, and, you have your little, things you do on the side, whatever. You might like cars, you might like collecting notebooks or something, But as far as our mind in this world, we hate this place, because we know that it's not how it's supposed to be, But as far as, our expectation to be fulfilled, we know it's going to come. It's just a waiting game, the waiting game, the waiting game, But pretty soon the wait's going to be over, right? And our faith is going to be confirmed, and your scoffing and all these things like that, it's going to be required of you. We're going to wipe our hands because we did what we're supposed to do. And what the hell were you doing, playing around,
God, verse 19, arise, O Lord, Yahawah, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight.
Yeah.
Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Salah.
Yep, because this devil, he wants to be the Most High. And even you Jakes, and of course the Lord told us we are gods, but you don't get the context. You think you run the world or whatever. I control my own reality and things like that. It's a bugged out mentality our people have. But it says the heathen, 2/3 of people are kind of heathen because they don't hear the words of YAHAWASHI, right? So again, we have fleshly family, but really they're not our people right now. You have to understand that they're not our people, right? And you might look at them, we're not assholes, We have compassion. That's why we're out here every single week, every single day, right? But you have to understand that, these people, 2/3, they're not our people right now, all right? And you have to make that separation in your mind, right, to know that, they're the same ones that are going to they put up our Lord to death, okay? They killed Yahushua, all right? So what more us, all right? But that's why the Lord is going to protect us in this time, because all the blood of the prophets, this ain't the first time we've been through this. Every captivity, the Lord comes and raises His men up to tell you people judgment's coming. What do? You kill us. You stone us. You do all this stuff and give us hell, right? But now all that blood's going to be required of this generation. That's why the judgment's going to be so harsh, right? All that shit you might have got away with, it's all going to be required now, because you ain't been chastised. You ain't none of that. You ain't have no works, no faith. So how you going to pay the bill? You in debt. You're poor towards the Most High, all right? So you're going to have to pay by your soul being taken, So that's pretty much the point, prepare for mass judgment, but it's like, we're in a bubble. You have to know that we're protected, right? The Lord having His angels charge over us. We fear Him. We to the best of our ability, we fear YAHAWASHI. We seek Him early. We know He's going to bring great judgment. So what He's going to do, He's going to intervene, all right? Strengthen our hearts, our minds, because ain't nobody been through this. You can't be like, yo, what happened such and such, Jacob's trouble. You ain't get no advice, okay? The elder Apostle said, I ain't going to be in line with you, right? Denying that chip, okay? I'm not going to be holding your hand to deny the chip. We're going to have to ultimately be convinced in our own mind that, hey, man, we're going to stand for righteousness' sake, whatever it may be, to death, to hell with this place. We don't, fuck it. What else do we have to lose? We already gave up everything, and we really are waiting for the Lord to intervene, give us power or something, because these devils not going to win. You think, Reverend Pork Chop and these, I can't even say certain proverbs because the left's gonna get cut off. You think they're gonna get the victory? All this confusion against nature, they're gonna win? Of course they're not. We just have to wait for the Lord to plead our cause. Wait ye upon me, right? And very soon He's gonna confirm our beliefs, right? And it's gonna be even beyond our expectations what the Lord gonna do for us, right? And that's our faith. So we got those things. So with that, those were just edifying. As always, want to give our praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Millstone. Peace and blessing of the hope of Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.